I'm Krystal, Paco, and welcome to The Good Life, a show that highlights all that's so good about our island paradise. Starting off our show, it's their biggest event of the year, GYP's gala to award the Reina A. Letty Young Professional of the Year Award. Let's go check it out. The four nominees for the Reina A. Letty Guam Young Professional of the Year Award were Guam Visitors Bureau President and Chief Executive Officer John Nathan DeKnight, American Medical Center CEO and founder of New Gen Physical Therapy and Peak Performance, Dr. Luan Wen, Bank of Guam Assistant Vice President Development Officer Anthony Kenga, and Boca Box owner and CrossFit Jumpstart Head Instructor Jesse Rosario. Receiving the award was Nate DeKnight, who, a nominee back in 2013, DeKnight, during his acceptance speech, took out the notes he actually wrote 4 years ago, but lost.
And this is the part of my speech where I really thank all the people that really helped me get to where I am today. And it's really what it's about. You know, Guam is really about the people that help you, the family, the friends. You know, people at GVB were like a family. The people I've worked with, they're like my brothers and sisters. So number one, the biggest inspiration to me has been my grandfather, Mark Pangilinan. You know, he's a rags to riches story, just a titan in the business industry. And he's really always pushed me to be big. You know, you're never going to beat him, so he always pushes you to do bigger and better. You know, he's like, 87, I was Executive of the Year. 94, I was the Chamber Laureate. Here's the video with me and the Pope. Here's the, you know, here's my Mark Pangilinan Day, George Bush stuff. So he's just been a driving force, and you know, just someone that always set that example and that bar that we always hope to read. He also was famous for Mark's 10 Commandments. One of them was like, you know, stuff like if there's a need, fill it with his Filipino accent. Also, my dad was a big influence. He's kind of my best friend, and you know, growing up, always being around marketing, we just talk about commercials, and we'll watch an ad on TV and dissect it. And so, a little bit about my background and why I'm the way I am, I guess.
DeKnight also thanked his mom, grandmother, and auntie, who have since passed on. He also thanked all the working moms who he said are the real champs, his co-workers at GVB, and more importantly, he recognized his wife.
So when I got nominated for this award, I got a text. I was at the gym. Leslie sent me the message. I was a bit stressed out because I didn't want to be a two-time loser. And so I was like, who nominated me? And they're like, oh, Tony Muñoz, your vice president, nominated you. So thank you to Tony, I think. But I told him, if I don't win, you're fired. So Tony gets to keep his job, so thank you to the GYP. And most especially, I want to thank my wife, Lana Marie Lozano DeKnight. I guess at the time she was in the States. Yeah, she was in the States when I got this award. But like I always say, she always pushes me to be better, and she always believes in me and supports me. And you know, I also try to live up to the expectations and the level that she sets. And I'm really the luckiest guy in the world to be with someone like that.
The theme of the event was Roaring 2018, a wine and whiskey affair. In order to be nominated, the nominee had to be in good standing with the Guam Young Professionals and Chamber of Commerce. Additionally, must also be between the ages of 21 and 40.
You know, this award is just, man, it's, you know, really, really amazing. I'm really happy because I hate losing more than I actually love winning. And I didn't want to be a two-time loser, so thank you for bestowing this award on me. People were like, don't worry man, you're going to win because you're already 40 and they usually give it to the people that are old and going to be leaving, so you have a chance. So I appreciate those kind of positive comments that you guys supported me with. So with that, I learned from Joanne Camacho the best divas in the world, so I'm going to try to do my best. Viva GYP! Viva GVB! Viva Guam! God bless you all. Tijus Masi, Maraming Salamat po. Thank you so much. Back over to Kyle. Thank you.
More of The Good Life still to come. Keep it here. welcome back. These young ladies truly exemplify what being good is all about by giving back to the community. Let's go hang out with the ladies from Miss World Guam. It's a pageant with a purpose. Contestants not only sign up to compete for the title of Miss World Guam, but also to raise money for local charities. Congresswoman Madeline Bordallo is the honorary president of the Beauty World Guam organization.
We have continued for many, many years. We started back in the 70s, believe it or not, and we're still going strong, and we raise money to give to charity. We're the only beauty contest on Guam that has continued this over the years. And I'm very proud of that, and that's the reason I'm involved, is because we do, and I want to thank the girls. They're the ones that go out and get the sponsors and raise the money, and then later on we give a check to the charities, and they are here today. So thank you very, very much for all your support.
Although the pageant was held last September, recently the charities were presented their checks by their contestants. Miss Congeniality, Carmela Navarrete, raised money for Youth Guam.
So Youth for Youth Life Guam is an organization that helps teens from all around Guam and the CNMI and different places come together in a conference that is happening in March, and we spread awareness on mental issues and also depression and suicide and ways to cope with problems that you are having at home or in school.
Janela Juco raised money for the Guam Memorial Hospital Volunteers Association.
Yes, we'd like to thank the sponsor for this. You know, we really need the support for GMH. You know, right now they're really struggling. So all the support is really needed for the hospital. You know, and we're coming up with the charity ball. So that will be open April. So we really need sponsors for that, and I thank everyone for that. Thank you.
Island Girl Power Director Juanita Blas received a check from money raised by contestant CJ Elka.
Island Girl Power has been around now for 17 years, and Congresswoman came to our first launching all those years ago. Island Girl Power is about preventing suicide, sexual assault, substance abuse, and really working with girls to cope and to be able to be empowered and to feel a sense of self-esteem, and then also to give back to the community. We have the center in Dededo, and we're now able to serve the families along with the girls.
Kiani Mendiola raised money for Sanctuary Incorporated. Teresa Ariola is the organization's executive director.
Thank you, first of all, to my beautiful candidate for choosing Sanctuary so that we're part of this great audience. And I want to thank the Miss World organization for doing such a wonderful event or program so that it does give back to the community. So thank you very much. It's not just about beauty, even though we have beautiful contestants and beautiful generators. Sanctuary has been around for 46 years. It's the oldest locally chartered nonprofit organization that serves the youth. We were just reaccredited this year or last year, so yay, accreditation is always good. We have added into our menu of services some federal grants, which is always good because that alleviates the government coffers. So Sanctuary is here to help homeless teens who are abused, neglected, of course abused physically or sexually. So we are here in My Chalampago, and we'll be around for many, many years.
Raising the most money and the recipient of the Beauty with a Purpose Award was Miss Asia Pacific International, Anania Nata.
Paco Foundation is fairly new. It's been around for about 5 years or so. The Hadza Foundation protects, promotes, and perpetuates Chamorro healing practices. They are located up at the Guma Zo'amti, so you can visit these lovely ladies, our Zo'amti here. They are healers, in other words, and they continue to use Chamorro healing practices to heal those in need, those that come up to them, and They're always there when you need them. You can give them a call. Just ask them right after this if you need if you need assistance. Thank you.
In total, there were 11 contestants who raised money for local charities. Still to come when The Good Life returns, we head out to a very special vigil to spread awareness about HIV and AIDS. That and more when The Good Life returns. Good day and welcome back to The Good Life. Again, I'm your host, Krystal Paco. A special candlelight vigil was recently held in Tumon to spread awareness about HIV and AIDS and all to support those who may still be coping with the illness. Over the past 30 years, 25 million people have died from HIV/AIDS. At a local nightclub in Tumon, a special ceremony was held by the House of Diosa, a local group of trans women. Mrs. Scarlett Castro Dixon is the queen of the Marianas and a performer with the Untouchables, while Juju Diosa Mendiola is the 2017 Queen of the Pacific Miss International and also a performer with the Untouchables.
We're having a candlelight vigil for people with HIV and AIDS.
And especially those who have lost their battle against HIV and AIDS. We, as the Untouchables House of Diosa, put this together just to show the community that we want to give back and really break the stigma and focus on remembering those who have lost their lives.
World AIDS Day is recognized every year on December 1st. The past theme was Love, Hope, Life. It was chosen to remind everyone that the work is far from over in reducing shame and stigma surrounding HIV/AIDS, and that we must recommit ourselves to push the pace of change to create an AIDS-free generation.
That this year's theme was Love, Hope, Life, and we just want people to know that whether you're living with the disease or not, there are support groups throughout the island, and we're all here for each other, promoting the Guam core values of love, understanding, respect, and unity as a culture.
According to legislative resolution, almost 1.2 million Americans are living with HIV, and an estimated 50,000 new HIV infections are occurring each year. As for Guam statistics, 253 cases of HIV infections have been reported since 1985, and approximately 67 people currently have HIV. We're back with more when The Good Life returns, but first let's go check out highlights from the recent Peace Festival in Tumon. Namaste and welcome back to The Good Life. Car enthusiasts had some good old-fashioned fun cruising the streets, all for their end-of-the-year ride. They're crazy about their whips. Meet 671 Illuminati Tom Sablon.
You know, it started off basically as a movement. When I first got into the car scene, I didn't know anybody, so I didn't want to, get into other groups and stuff. So I started my own thing just to get everyone together, get the trucks, the classics, the muscle cars, the bikes, anyone that has a passion for anything with wheels. So that's basically where I came from. Started from there, started on my own, ended up coming up to big things like this, holding car meets, holding cruises, and it's just a passion that all of us share. So. And that's basically what it is. We do it. We do give back to the community every now and then when we can. So, in the future, I do plan on doing more things, making it bigger, making Illuminati, 671 Illuminati, more of a brand, and to promote everything that we do. So.
Where did the name come from?
To me, when I first heard Illuminati, I saw it on a documentary. Everyone says it's a secret society, all that. So in my mind, I'm like, man, we're a secret society of car enthusiasts that share the same passion. We're an elite group on Guam. It's not big. Guam has a big car community, but it's not as big as the States and all that. So, that's basically where I'm at. It's just a society, pretty much, a society to get everyone together.
Sablon is a serious car enthusiast. Recently, 671 Illuminati held an end-of-the-year cruise around the island. It brought together several different car groups and enthusiasts that share the same passion as Sablon. Jared Cozart and Jacob Perez both have Subaru Sambars.
It's a 1991 Subaru Sambar, 660cc K car. Racer's Edge is bringing them in from Guam now, and this one I've modified by lowering it with springs, low-profile wheels and tires, full stainless exhaust, and then just buffed it out, nice and cherry.
What made you decide, or both of you decide, that I want to get one of these trucks?
We just brought these Subarus from Japan in an auction, then decided to sell it here on this island, and a lot of people like it, and I actually have one for sale right now. And Jared was a buyer from before, and look at his truck now. It looks amazing.
It gets a lot of attention. I know I feel like a small celebrity or something, but everyone loves the truck.
The eye turner. Yeah, the eye catcher. It's just one of those cars you don't see on a daily, especially it's left-hand drive, right-hand drive.
Yeah, right-hand drive.
Right-hand drive. And here on Guam, everybody's so used to the left-hand drive cars, and these are from Japan, where it's normal right-hand drive cars, and bringing it here to this island is just another thing people don't expect.
And hanging with the boys is Charlene Martin, who souped up her Mustang.
I have lowering springs on it. They're BC Racing lowering springs. Then after that, I ended up just putting rims, started running it like that for a while, and then when I joined L2P, I started putting more stuff into it, which is like my aftermarket hood, which is a Venom hood, and then I have the aftermarket lip. It's just actually a lip that goes on top of my original one. Then I have the STR rims with the wide body.
Okay, I'm not sure what you just said, but it sounds like a lot of work and a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
How long? Tell me about Lower to Perfection.
Lower to Perfection has been here since the 1990s. I'm not too sure the actual date, but it actually goes a while back, and those guys are actually, they're one of the oldest groups that we've had on island. We have the pleasure of being able to join them because those guys we're actually starting to get a lot bigger than when they were like a few years back. They started to slow down, then we got back up. We're actually up to 50 members now. Yeah, not everyone show up because I guess it's a Sunday. Most people are working. I was usually working on Sundays, but was able to get off today.
Have you always been into cars and fixing your cars?
Yeah, my dad was actually an all-around mechanic. He had a shop before, and I would like hang out with him all the time. And eventually, I ended up falling in love with like the car scene. And after a while, I decided I need to get a car, and if it's a car, it's going to be the car I want. And it ended up being the Mustang. Luckily, it was at Auto Spot when I saw it. Took it home the same day. And it's been with me ever since.
How much work have you put into it? I mean, how much money would you say?
About 11 G's. Oh. Yeah.
And just like everyone who showed up, Sablon has been rolling in the car scene for years.
Tell me about how long you've been in this car culture.
I've always been into cars. I've been always into cars, but I got my first truck right after high school in 2011. Started from there, and it just took off. Went through multiple cars from there. And yeah.
Tell me about your first ride.
My first what?
Your first ride.
My first ride, man, my first ride was actually a 2006 Tacoma. Had it dropped. It's a single cab drop, some 20s on it. Just a basic start off, you know, before I knew all the things I know now, so.
What are you rolling in now?
Right now I got a 1991 V6 SR5 Hilux 4x4. When I actually bought that off my dad, so it's been in the family since brand new. Bought right off the AK lot in 90. So doing that now, and I have a Scion TC that I got from my other half, Kimberly Ogo, that she drives every day. That vehicle is slammed, you know, full bolt-ons, you know, just a daily cruiser, show car. Yeah.
So how much did they say, like how serious are you about it? Like how much did you invest in?
Man, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of money. I mean, I'm sure a lot of these guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and money that goes into it, and it's just a passion. No matter how much we go and spend, it's just a passion that's always gonna live with us forever.
For more information about 671 Illuminati, make sure to check them out on Instagram or Facebook. And that's a wrap on our show, The Good Life. Again, I'm your host, Krystal Paco. Thanks for watching, and we leave you with highlights from the annual Pork in the Park cook-off held in Tumon. And don't forget, be good, Guam.